Good afternoon. Still a very nice afternoon. Let you into a secret. I'm recording these all in a row. Welcome to Dice and Bolts. Can I turn this camera around because I'm changing the angle a bit. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to Dice and Bolts. And in this video, I'm going to take a quick look at the narrative dice engine. What's that, you say? So it's the system that Fantasy Flight Games use in their games Genesys and Star Wars Age of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, Force and Destiny, and the core of it goes far back as Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 3rd Edition, which is one of theirs as well, before they lost the license because they brought out Rune Wars, their collectible, non-collectible miniatures game. And this one uses funky dice. I think they saw me and they thought, let's build out a system for this guy. And the dice look a bit like that. Big stumbling block for some people because you've got custom systems on them and no numbers on it. Okay, there are four main symbols and 2 other custom ones. And as soon as you've got the 4 main ones cracked, you're sorted. Nice and simple. So, the way the game works, you build a pool of these dice that's based on your stat and your skill, the difficulty of the task that you're attempting, and any kind of edges and hindrances that there might be built into the mechanism of it. Positive dice are the purple one, the green one, the yellow one, and the blue one. So you've got skill and proficiency dice, and then you've got advantage dice, boost, bonus dice, boost dice, that's the one. And then in opposition to that, you've got difficulty and threat dice, and then setback dice. Now, there's no real limit to the number of these dice that there will be. And the Dice and Bolts of Genesys and the Star Wars game, Warhammer, was ever so slightly different in the way that it worked, is that you have a stat and a skill for what you want to do. I want to attack the orc. Fairly straightforward. We've all done it. You can't say that you haven't. Melee combat is going to be your strength stats and your melee weapon skill. So if you have a strength stat of 2 and melee weapons of 3, for example, so you're not particularly strong, but you're very well skilled, you take the highest number, in which case it's going to be your skill of 3. Start off with that number of these dice. You then upgrade, which is the number equal to the number of dice equal to the other number. So in this case, we've got a strength of 2, so we can upgrade 2 of these 3 dice to these yellow dice. Take the 2 green ones out. Okay. We then say the difficulty of hitting the orc in combat is going to be based on the number of purple dice that we roll. Now, generally speaking, it's 1 or maybe 2 purple dice. It's very rare that creatures would have additional purple dice. Storyteller can spend his hero points or his story points or fate points, whatever you want to call them. There's different mechanics in each of the different games to upgrade these purple dice to the slightly more challenging red dice. We then add boost and setback dice according to the way the system is going. So, for example, if we are fighting an orc who has a defense rating of 1, we add a black dice. If you had a defense rating of 2, we'd add a second black dice. It could be that we are specialized in attacking with a broadsword, and we've got a broadsword, so we get one of those. It could be that we're doing this in the rain, so we get another black dice, so we add that to there. It could also be that we've got a special talent that's available in the system that says that if we act before the opponent acts in any combat round, we add extra blue dice. So we take that, and then we roll them. We then tot up all of these results. Now, the symbols that we've got, effectively, I'll clear these out of the way so I can show the symbols off a little bit better. And as I said, there are 4 main symbols that we're looking for. We have a success. Normally you need just 1 success to succeed. Odds. Yeah. We have fails. Now, fails counteract successes 1 for 1. fairly straightforward. We have, don't think I've lost one. We have advantages that can be spent to trigger critical hits, that can be spent to recover strain points, and so on. There's a table on the gem screen. And we have disadvantages, which are the opposite, and the GM can use them to trigger negative bonus effects for it. There are two special symbols only showing up on the yellow and red dice, and that is a triumph, which is a super success, and a despair, which is a super fail. So in this roll here, we go, well, there's 4 advantages. There's that one that will take away 1 advantage, so that turns that into just a success. We've got 3 successes. So, and blank dice obviously don't contribute anything. So that's actually a really good roll, because we deal damage, weapon dice plus strength, +1 for every extra hit that we get. So if we've got a strength of 2, sword does 4 damage, there's 6, 7, 8 points of damage. Target will get armor or soak that will take that off that one there. But 4 advantages can be used. As I said, there's a table in each of the games, but that could be used to bank spare blue dice that the next person to act in the party can add to their roll. Usually it's 3 advantages to trigger a critical hit. So there's 8 damage and a critical hit. That's going to be pretty nasty. We're going to have a dead orc. They can be used to gain information about the surroundings. They can be used to trigger narrative effects, which is why it's called a narrative dice engine, because you're kind of building these dice pools up backwards and forwards. And when you're using these advantages to buy dice for the next person, you're kind of encouraged to say, well, okay, I fainted and I kind of jab him in the side, but I leave him open to my partner's attack, that sort of thing. And then you resolve it and take it from there. So each person's action is worked out by 1 dice roll. So there's not an attack roll, then a defense roll, then a damage roll. It's all done with 1 dice roll. So what you have is maths of building the pool, drama of the dice roll. You've then got a little bit of just kind of reductive maths to work out what you've got left, and then you narratively apply what you've got there to take it from that one. That's the dice and bolts of it. Roll well. I think I just did. I'm going to hold off that one there, and I will see you soon.